Now at 5, authorities in Joplin investigate an officer-involved shooting. Plus, the city of Frontenac, Kansas is closer to bringing a public library to the community. And
the White House is in damage control mode following the release of a report by a special counsel who investigated the president's handling of classified documents. I'm Willie James Inman in Washington with details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin police say a suspect is recovering after they were shot by an officer this morning. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Elise Noe. It happened around 8:30 this morning near 7th and Sargent. Officers responded to a call of a suspicious person. During the incident, authorities say the officer shot the suspect in the hand and wrist area. The suspect was rushed to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officer was not injured. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us.
Well, it definitely turned out to be another nice day for us today. Temperatures pretty good as we did go back into the 60s for highs. 59 Nevada, 65 in Neosho, nearly 70 at Grand Lake. It's 59 in Parsons. So about a 10-degree spread across the region. Still kind of breezy out there, not as bad as what we had yesterday, but those southerly winds kicking in 5 to 10, upwards to 15 miles per hour. Through the evening hours, we slip back through the 50s, but we don't drop much farther than that as we go into the overnight hours. A lot of clouds. We could get a few random showers. You can see a couple little thunderstorms popping up, but a few random little guys may skirt our southeastern counties as we go through the next couple hours. So we'll watch these little guys that are popping up. Besides that, pretty quiet for us this evening. We're going to look at your weekend forecast here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. The city of Frontenac is getting closer to having its first public library. The city received a $4.5 million donation from a Kansas family to build the project. The library will be built in the current location of the Frontenac Town Hall. The library director says the future library will have several resources for the community.
So in addition to a nice book collection, we will also have a community room available for people to use. We will also have a coffee shop, and the new library will also hold the Frontenac Historical Collection as well. It's going to be a great welcoming space for everyone to come in and enjoy.
Construction on the new library is expected to start this summer. The city says they are hoping to open the public library in 2025. Well, students in Carthage put their entrepreneurial skills to the test as they entered their own version of Shark Tank. 6th grade students were tasked with creating toys to help children who have cerebral palsy. 5 teams were chosen as finalists to present their ideas to a panel of judges. Each toy was designed to help assist patients with motor functions and hand-eye coordination.
It's so neat to see the kids get to work with so many different people in our school building and to be able to, come up with this finished product that they're so proud of, and then go and present to, people that are kind of important in our community.
Out of 400 students that participated in this project, only 19 were a part of the 5 finalist groups. The U.S. Senate is currently debating a bill which would provide billions in aid to Ukraine and Israel, as well as to allies in the Far East. President Biden has pushed for the aid, saying it's needed to help America's allies. But now the president is calling on allies of his own to help after a Republican special counsel issued a report calling the president's memory into question. Willie James Inman has more details from the White House.
President Biden welcomed German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to the White House to discuss the war in Ukraine.
You've done something no one thought could get done. You've doubled Germany's military aid to Ukraine this year, and it's really important.
The meeting comes one day after special counsel Robert Hur questioned the president's mental fitness in a report about his handling of classified documents. Hur declined to seek charges, saying Mr. Biden would likely present himself to a jury, as he did during our interview with him, as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory.
My memory is not good. My memory is fine.
The president called a press conference and slammed Hur's conclusions, especially the part where he said the president could not recall details about his life, including when his son Beau died.
How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
Hur's 5-hour interview and subsequent report comes at a time when President Biden is already dealing with 2 different wars, one in Europe and another in the Middle East.
it's unnerving. I mean, it's unnerving that the world can see this, you know, and if that's their impression, then that's not good for America.
But the president's allies say that is not the man they work with.
It was absolutely outrageous.
The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated.
President Biden, who is seeking re-election, is already the oldest sitting president in U.S. history. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
President Biden likely faces a rematch with former President Donald Trump, who is speaking at the NRA convention this evening. Still ahead, staying safe while eating those Super Bowl leftovers.
Whether it's wings or guac, the Super Bowl is as much about the snacks as it is about the game. I'm Bradley Blackburn with tips to keep your buffet safe so everyone can stay healthy.
Plus, poison control officials say a type of THC led to a spike in calls. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, improving the mental health of teenagers may result in less substance use among youth. That's according to a new study from the CDC. Researchers there say more than 70% of teens say they turn to drink or drugs to feel more relaxed. Other reasons given include coping with stress and dealing with depression. The CDC says if the teens have less anxiety, they might be less motivated to get intoxicated. Products containing the cannabis compound Delta 8, sometimes known as diet weed or light THC, fueled a spike in calls to America's poison centers. In a recent report, calls related to Delta 8 jumped 82% from 2021 to 2022. Provisional data for 2023 shows that trend leveling off. But public health experts warn that risk remains, saying users may think they're taking something milder than what they really are. Delta 8 products are often used to help with sleep, anxiety, or pain. As much as the game or the halftime show, Super Bowl Sunday is all about the food. But when some snacks sit out for a long time, they can become a safety hazard. Bradley Blackburn speaks with an expert about what to do, whether you're hosting or just chowing down.
Whether it's wings or subs or chips and dip, on Super Bowl Sunday, snacks are the real champs.
My favorite Super Bowl food, queso. Yours?
I love chili on Super Bowl. It's our tradition every year.
Meredith Carruthers with the USDA is our food safety referee. She knows the rules of the game, whatever's on the menu.
I'm focused on food safety for Super Bowl and, making sure nobody gets sick at my Super Bowl party.
More than 100 million Americans are expected to throw a Super Bowl party or attend one this year, and foodborne illness is no joke. It can cause digestive trouble or even lead to hospitalization or death. But as they say, the best defense is a good offense.
Keep your hot foods hot and your cold foods cold. Your dips you can put on an ice bath. You can put, meatballs or other dips and things in a slow cooker to keep them hot. That'll help keep those foods at a safe temperature where bacteria can't grow and multiply.
Food can go foul faster than you think. The USDA says if you can't control the temperature, there's a 2-hour limit. After that, it needs a timeout, back in the fridge or oven.
So you could put a smaller bowl of something out first, and then you could rotate that out after your 2-hour time frame. When you rotate things out, you also have to rotate out or clean the utensil that it's in.
She says set a 2-hour timer on your phone to remind you, and use a food thermometer to make sure food reaches a safe internal temperature. Another tip, add a bottle of hand sanitizer by the buffet, since so many favorites are finger foods.
Helps at least get some of the germs taken care of.
A game plan to keep food safe so no one gets sick this Super Bowl Sunday. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
When the party's over, be sure to put leftovers in the fridge quickly. The USDA says they can be kept safely for up to 4 days. A simple, inexpensive treatment could help save hundreds of thousands of young lives each year. And a new study from the University of Southern California looks at why it's underused. Researchers found oral rehydration salts were often underprescribed for diarrhea, partly because doctors assumed patients preferred other solutions like antibiotics, which are more expensive and often unnecessary. Diarrhea is the second leading cause of death in children under age 5 worldwide. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, why a major tax service says many Americans could see a bigger tax refund this year.
Plus, we have some rain, even some snow chances as we head into Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be another mild day for us today. In fact, the entire month of February, after a below average January, so far we've had above average days every single day, of course dating back to last Thursday, but highs 50s, 60s, and 70s. It looks like our high today right around 64 degrees. Outside right now, nice shot, Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam. We are looking downtown. You can definitely see a lot of clouds across the region, and we're going to stick with the clouds for us tonight. 63 in Stockton, 65 in Neosho. Veneta is sitting at 66, and then we have 61 in Chanute. Let's go outside. Here's 7th. Here's Rangeline, 62. Southerly winds right around 10 miles per hour. We're getting gusts a little bit higher than that at times, but through the evening, slide back through the 60s, 50s, eventually into the upper 40s later on tonight. Now, it's still windy or breezy, not near as bad as what it was yesterday, but we're still getting those southwesterly winds, kind of 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. We have the clouds. We're going to continue to see the clouds as we go through the evening hours. We have some thunderstorms popping up just to the west of Little Rock, a couple popping up just west of Fayetteville, and it looks like we'll see a few popping up maybe in our far eastern counties, but most of you will end up staying dry. So let's focus on our next system out across parts of Arizona. That will start to affect us as we go into Super Bowl Sunday. All right, let's go through time for us tonight. Temperatures are going to drop back upper 30s to near 40 degrees. As we go through the morning hours, a lot of clouds. We should warm upper 40s. It's going to be a cooler day tomorrow. We have a northeasterly wind near 50 by noon. I think most of us 51, 52 degrees as we get into the afternoon hours. And then by tomorrow evening, we'll slide back into lower 40. So all in all, Saturday is looking pretty good. It's going to be cloudy. And then on Sunday, high of only 46, but we'll start to see some showers late. Could get a little bit of a rain-snow mix as we head into Sunday night. So let's take a look. Here's Super Bowl Sunday. We'll start right around the noon hour. You can see a few showers kind of sneaking into our southern counties. Most of us are just going to be cloudy. As we go through the afternoon, along and south of I-44, some scattered showers. North of I-44, just clouds. Here 6 p.m., so right around the end of the first quarter. As we continue through the evening hours, showers mainly stay in our southern counties. So here's midnight. Then as we go into Monday morning, the moisture may lift to the I-44 corridor, and you can see the pink and the blue. So that has a rain-snow mix. So we could see a quick transition over to some light snow as we head into Monday morning, and then quickly we'll rotate out of here. Now, who could get accumulations? The better chances look to be down Fayetteville, Bentonville, but still Monette, Neosho, and south. Some accumulations likely, but the Joplin Metro, we're kind of in that watch zone where we got to see if this system shifts a little bit. If it would shift just 25 miles north, the Joplin Metro would get snow. But right now, it looks like it's mainly going to be south of I-44. 51 tomorrow, 46 on Sunday, 45 on Monday, but right back to 60 by next Wednesday and Thursday.
I don't know, Sunday seems like the perfect day to stay inside and watch the big game.
That's my plan.
There we go. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, scientists say a 2,000-foot-long ice core reveals the West Antarctic ice sheet seems to have shrunk suddenly and dramatically about 8,000 years ago. This study indicates if similar melting happens again, the ice there now contains enough water where sea levels could rise by 16 feet and cause devastating flooding in coastal towns and cities around the world. Coming up, taking a look at what families in Las Vegas this weekend can expect to pay. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service says the IRS may be sending back bigger refunds this year. The service says some tax filers could get up to 10% more back than they got in their 2023 refunds. The reason is adjusted federal income tax brackets and standard deduction changes made last year. About 75% of tax filers got refunds last year. The average payment was $3,176. About 2 million hand steamers have been recalled. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the problem is that they can spray hot water where the steam is supposed to come out. The units were sold under the brand names SteamFast, Vornado, and Sharper Image. Vornado has received 122 reports of water spraying, including 23 reports of burns. The steamers were sold at Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, and other retailers. While most Americans will watch the Super Bowl from home, 65,000 people will be in the stadium and more than 300,000 will just be in Las Vegas for the big game. Those folks might be experiencing some serious sticker shock right about now, especially if they brought the whole family. Danya Bacchus explains.
A Vegas vacation can be affordable, but not this weekend and not for a family of 5.
It's all been pricey. Yeah, we haven't found good deals yet.
The Valdez family from Arkansas also couldn't find enough consecutive nights at a hotel in their price range.
So we stayed at 3 different hotels so far. Yeah.
The 49ers fans paid for visits to the Sphere in Monday's opening night event, but at the moment have no plans to attend the game.
Do you have tickets to the game?
No. We saw the prices. We looked at them, but that was it.
This has been one of the most in-demand Super Bowls for StubHub ever.
StubHub's Joseph Bocanegra says ticket prices for the game have recently dropped from $10,000 a few days ago to about $5,500, but he warns inventory is dropping, snapped up by people who can easily drive to Vegas.
So 10% more sales overnight from California buyers than we had just the day before.
One place visitors can save money is on transportation. The Strip is only 4 miles long, and from here to Allegiant Stadium, it's a 2-mile walk. And if walking isn't your thing,
my insider tip is to use the monorail. Starting at $13, you can get a day pass that will drop you at stations up and down the Las Vegas Strip. It can be your best friend.
And let's not forget about food cost for a family. Experts say the best bet is a Vegas mainstay, the all-you-can-eat buffet. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Some new data reveals which snacks Super Bowl fans enjoyed the most during the big game. According to Instacart's Snack Time report, tortilla chips took the #1 spot as the favorite snack. Cola, cheese blend, salsa, and pretzels finished out the top 5 respectively. The report also revealed that 58% of the survey participants say scoop-style tortilla chips are their favorite type. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, a bird's eye view of the security measures in Las Vegas for Super Bowl Sunday. Then on KOAM News at 6, a Carthage, Missouri teenager is killed in an accidental shooting. Plus, we'll have more on efforts to bring a public library to Frontenac, Kansas. And we'll hear from Voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, one last time this season as the team gets set for the Super Bowl. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. 4 European astronauts have safely returned to Earth following a privately funded 3-week research mission to the International Space Station. The crew returned to Earth in a SpaceX Dragon capsule this morning, splashing down off the coast of Daytona Beach, Florida. They spent more than 21 days in space, 18 of them on the ISS, the longest private space lift for the company Axiom Space. The astronauts performed 30 science experiments in orbit, including studies on breast cancer. They'll go through a series of medical checks before eventually returning home. I'm glad they made it home safe.
Yeah, no kidding. Weather-wise, it looks pretty good as we go through the first half of the weekend. Temperatures are going to be into lower 50s, so it's going to be cooler tomorrow, and we are going to have a lot of clouds. Now, some showers start to sneak in by the time we get into Sunday evening during the Super Bowl, so some of the roads are going to be wet. Could get a little rain-snow mix into Monday morning.
Be sure to look out that for sure. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. From all of us here in the studio, have a great evening.